Ladies and gentlemen, it's a big, weird, wild world out there, folks, and here we stand. Al pie del cañón, ready for anything. I'm Rob, and you're listening to...
The ProBoh Show!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ProBoh Show. For those of you listening on the radio, it's Monday. For us producing the show live, it is Friday, friends. We made it. It's the end of the week. Congratulations, folks. It's 8:30 Central European Time, 2:30 in the morning, 2:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for our American friends, 2:30 in the afternoon for our friends in the Philippines, 11 in the afternoon for our friends in Russia. Oh my God, guys. How are you doing? Well, let me tell you something. I tortured the elves this morning, and they gave me an amazing show for today. In our 100 human sections, we asked 100 humans to name an instance in which you'd hear applause. Nombra un caso en el que oirías aplausos? Oirías aplausos? I don't know. Is that right? You tell me. Do I deserve a nivelazo? And then in Complete the News, we look at what the Florida mayor, or a Florida mayor, found while fishing. And if we have time, we'll travel to Finland and look at a practical joke that went wrong in Finland. In today's, all that fun, my friends, forget about that. That's in the second half of the show. In today's first half, we've got a delicious unpopular opinion with regards to sports. As you know, I'm not the most sporty individual, so why would I be opining on this? Well, recently I've been playing a lot of video games. Nivelazo from Pedro. Thank you, Pedro.
Será posible. Vaya nivelazo.
As you know, I've been playing a lot of video games recently and talking about it a lot on the show. Someone sent me a request for an unpopular opinion, which was this. So this is one of your unpopular opinion. It is eSports are not sports. eSports are not sports. I said... Nibelito. Oh, because it wasn't perfectly correct. My bad. Yeah, just after you left the answer already, did you just say aplausos and it was correct? Yeah, applause, aplausos. There are some cases where you can just add an O. Aplausos. Did I not say aplausos? No? Or did I? You're confusing me, guys. Oh, my God. So, yeah, that's today's unpopular opinion with regards to eSports, that they are not sports. One of your guys' unpopular opinions. But, guys, that's all coming up later. Right now, I'm here. You're here. What's going on in the world? Well, not much, my friends. What have I got planned for the weekend? I plan on vacationing in the wonderful land of Valheim this weekend. Yeah. Been playing online games. If any of you guys want to join in our server and play that game, you can. Feel free. Just send me a message somewhere, anywhere. Arroba Professional Bohemian, at Professional Bohemian, or at ProBoh. Just look for me. Send me a message. I'll give you access to our private server. Oh my God. Yeah, the adventure, my friends. And that's all I've got planned for this weekend. I do have a day off on Monday and Tuesday. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I think we may be going to a parque de atracciones, a theme park. I don't know, because I'm a big kid and I love roller coasters. There you go. That's a 45-year-old man playing video games or going to theme parks. And you say that these aren't the best years of your life. Were you even listening yesterday? All right, my friends, let's take a look at some news. Okay, this news coming from the BBC. Scientists at Fermilab being the name of the company, scientists at Fermilab close in on the fifth force of nature. Científicos del Fermilab se acercan a la quinta fuerza de la naturaleza. As you know, there are four forces of nature. One of them being the ProBoh Show, you know what I'm saying? No, there are four forces of nature, according to physics. The strong force, or the strong nuclear force, weak force, gravity, and electromagnetism, right? Well, there's closing in on a fifth force of nature, which could be as groundbreaking to our understanding of physics. It's comparable to Einstein's theories of relativities. If we actually if this is proved to be true. So scientists near Chicago working at the Fermilab Particle Accelerator Facility have found compelling evidence suggesting the existence of a potential fifth force of nature. Their experiments revolve around the behavior of subatomic particles called muons, which are not acting as predicted by the prevailing standard model of subatomic physics. Some physics news. Where else are you getting physics news at 8:30 in the morning, Central European time, friends? Right here. So yeah, a fifth force of physics, or force of nature. Interesting stuff. What implications would this have to our everyday life? This is a criticism I get very often. Robbie, talk about these things. What implications does this have to me? Will this reduce my food bill? Will this... I'm like, chill out, man. You know, will Real Madrid winning the cup, whatever cup it is that they win, will that change your life? No, it won't. So calm down. Applauso says, Vero, is the force that keeps the universe? Is it the force that keeps the universe expanding in acceleration? Could be. Who knows? Who knows? But interesting news, especially when I read in this BBC article that it is comparable to Einstein's theories of relativity. Yeah, can only mean good things. When the more we uncover about the nature of the universe, tends to come with it technological breakthroughs. So let's hope that that is the case, my friends. Okay, next. God. Okay, let's go. All right. Okay, there's some depressing news. Idaho. In the United States, Idaho loses its Teacher of the Year, su Profe del Año. Idaho loses its Teacher of the Year after, right-wing parents, padres de las derechas, I think you'd say, right-wing parents, chase her out of state. So Idaho pierde a su profesora del año, entre comillas, as a quote. Después de que unos padres de derechas la echarán del estado. Okay, let's break this down. I try and keep this relatively politically neutral, but every now and again, my friends. Okay, so here we go. Idaho's Teacher of the Year was Karen Lauritsen. Karen Lauritsen, who was honored as Idaho's Teacher of the Year by a Republican administration, has been driven out of state due to backlash from right-wing parents. Ugh. And why, you might ask? Okay, so why? After her recognition, a conservative media campaign highlighted her social media posts supporting LGBTQ rights and Black Lives Matter. This prompted parents to demand access to her lesson plans, even though there was no evidence of her introducing her personal beliefs to her teaching. Despite 21 years of experience, Lauritsen faced increased scrutiny and criticism, leading her to relocate and pursue a career at the University of Illinois. Oh, sad. This is sad news. Here's a direct quote from the article. However, parents nonetheless objected to teaching students about other cultures around the world. Oh! Parents objected to teaching kids about other cultures around the world. Is this real life right now? America, come on. Come on, America. This is a country that forgets sometimes that there are other countries. That's why you have a World Series of baseball that includes no other countries, right? An American team has won the World Series every year, right, America? That's amazing. Well done. World Series of baseball. Congratulations. Jeez Louise, come on, guys. And also, parents nonetheless objected to teaching students about other cultures around the world and even teaching them about the United Nations on the grounds that parents said they don't believe in the institution. How can you not believe in the United Nations? It is not Santa Claus. The United Nations exist. Do you think if you don't teach your kids about the United Nations, it'll go away? Is that what you think? Sorry, I'm getting angry. I'm going to calm down. I'm going to take a sip of water and calm down. De derechas, thank you, Pedro. The feminine national football team is the world semi-finalists. Oh, well done, Spain. Great to see. So there you go. This poor teacher who was honored as Idaho's Teacher of the Year by a Republican administration has been effectively chased out of Idaho by right-wing parents because she was teaching kids about other cultures and about the United Nations, and that she made social media posts supporting LGBTQ rights and Black Lives Matter. Right-wing conservative people, are you listening right now? I try and I believe there's space in the world for all ideas and all opinions. Okay, I believe in all my heart with that. Just think about what you're objecting here. Black Lives Matter, no. I mean, come on, Black lives do matter, don't they? What do you object about there? All lives do matter, but within all lives fall Black lives. Is that really a statement you can really be that angry about? Come on, guys. Oh. And what are you angry about? Are you angry about gay people getting married? Then don't marry someone of the same gender as yourself. There you go. Don't. And let other people do what the hell they want. Oh my God, guys. Is this really Friday? Don't want your kids to learn about other cultures. This is from Min. Other cultures, differences in opinions, and be open for other people. American conservatives are a self-sustaining scam at this point. Yeah. Well, let's see how this shakes out. But it seems in terms of education, what we hear coming out of Florida and the book bannings, teachers being forced out or being chased out of states, conservatives, weren't you the ones who were against cancel culture? Because when you ban books and you chase teachers out of schools, it kind of sounds like cancel culture. Stop cancelling people, conservatives. Anyway, let's continue. Amazon employees are outraged by a new warning about individual office attendance. This is coming from Business Insider. More on news about working from home and remote work. Amazon employees have expressed their frustration over a recent email they received regarding their office attendance. The email accused some employees of not adhering to Amazon's return to office policy, which mandates coming to the office at least 3 times a week. Oh, is this not a first world problem? I find myself getting angry this morning. Is this not a bit of a first world problem, Amazon employees? In your own company, there are people that work in the warehouses that can't take a toilet break and have to pee in bottles. And you're angry because you can't work in your pajamas. Are we being serious right now? Amazon? Go to the office 3 times a week. Don't complain that you got an email. We all get emails, crap emails from our bosses. You know what that's called? Being an adult and working. All right, probably not what you expected to hear. Oh, don't force people to do things they don't want to do. See, this is where I upset the political left. Whatever. Just go back to the office, do your work, and thank Christ you don't work in an Amazon fulfillment center. And that you work in an office. God damn it! Wow, Rob's on fire today. Rob, stop it. Calm down. Come on, bald man. You're turning red and you look like a tomato on the screen. Stop it. Guys, by the way, if you want to interact with the show live, you can do that every single morning at 8:30 a.m. If you just go to twitch.tv/professional bohemian. You can join us just like the amazing Min, Vero, Pedro, Mr. Cruzando, Urs. All the good people are joining us in the chat today. There are more people that are not chatting, that are just watching. How are you doing, friends? All right, let's go to today's unpopular opinion.
Unpopular opinion.
Okay, I've calmed down now. I've had a sip of water. I'm calm. See, this is what happens when you have 3 cups of coffee before you start the show. Okay, so today's unpopular opinion was given to me by one of our listeners, and that unpopular opinion is eSports are not sports. eSports are not sports. So eSports are, E meaning, I guess, electric? I don't know. I think they put an E or a letter in front behind something nowadays just to make it sound futuristic. So what is the definition of an esport? It's a multiplayer video game played competitively for spectators, typically by professional gamers. So esports are not sports. Okay. Here we go. The elves have prepared some pros and cons for us. We'll go over those. Vero says, some people consider eSports real sport, but it isn't. This is from Vero. You don't sweat the same way and you don't burn fats the way you should and to get real benefits from it. Are you mixing up exercise with sport? Maybe, maybe not. In a moment, we'll go over the definition of sport. Clara says, unpopular opinion could be the point of view about the complaint of Amazon's employees. It could actually. Ooh, maybe we'll do that next show. Thank you for that, Clara.
That gets the ProBoh stamp of approval.
By the way, guys, if you get any ideas for unpopular opinions, just share them with me. Easiest ways on Instagram, @bohemio profesional, pero in English, @professionalbohemian. So, here we go. Esports are not a sport. Pros and cons. So in the pro column, agreeing with the statement that it's not a sport. Traditional sports typically involve rigorous physical activity. While esports do require quick reflexes and fine motor skills, they don't necessitate the same level of physical exertion as traditional sports. Traditional athletes often undergo intensive physical training, including cardiovascular workouts, strength training, and skill-specific drills. Esports athletes primarily focus on game strategies, reactions, and teamwork. Next, historically, the term sport has been linked to physical contests. Those who argue against esports being sports emphasize the original interpretation of sports as primarily physical. And finally, agreeing with the statement that esports are not sports, traditional sports generally take place outdoors or in large arenas and often involve direct in-person competition. Esports predominantly occur indoors and can be done remotely. Woo! All right. Now disagreeing with the statement, saying that no, esports are sports. Here we go. Like traditional sports, esports require immense skill, dedication, and hours of practice to master. The dedication esports athletes invest is on par with that of traditional athletes. Next, esports involve direct competition between individuals or teams, much like traditional sports. Players compete against each other to determine who has the better skills, strategies, and teamwork. Just sounds like football to me. Anyway, let's continue. Organizational structure. Many esports have leagues, tournaments, coaches, analysts, and broadcasters, mimicking the infrastructure of traditional sports. And finally, esports require significant concentration, strategy, and mental stamina, similar to games like chess, which are widely recognized as sports. Interesting. I like that last statement. Elves, you, in a rare occurrence, are going to get...
That gets the ProBoh stamp of approval.
Chess, considered a sport. Darts. Oof. In my accent, that's almost impossible for a lot of you to understand. Dardos. Darts. You know, you play it in a pub. Considered a sport. You know. Snooker. Snooker is considered a sport. Billar. Snooker is considered a sport. I don't see those guys particularly going to the gym 8 hours a day. So why not esports? Is this not a little bit of sports snobbery? Is this not a little bit of looking at the traditional interpretation of the word sport and saying, well, no, it's not physical. Well, I can reel off a list of sports that are not physical. You know? I'm going to reel off a list of sports. I just have 3. Chess, snooker, and darts. All considered sports, none of them particularly physically or require physical exertion. An activity involving... So here's from dictionary.com, a definition of the word sport. An activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes against others for entertainment. Okay, so here are we arguing physical exertion? Have you guys ever tried to concentrate whilst playing a game over an extended period of time? Let me tell you something. There is physical exertion. Let's continue. You know, is there any less physical exertion and pressure than there is a Formula 1 driver? Or, you know, you've heard me jokingly say Formula 1 isn't a sport. The car is the athlete. Jokingly. That's not an unpopular opinion for today. Let's see what people are saying. Min in the chat says, it depends on your definition of sport. But if the IOC accepts and defines chess as a sport, then I don't see why esports aren't a sport.
That gets the ProBoh stamp of approval.
Don't get me wrong, I get it. But let's not mix up what exercise is and what a sport is. You know? I'm not doing reps in the gym so I can get better at playing chess. You know, the gym is for exercise. And chess apparently officially is a sport. So if chess is a sport, I don't understand why esports can't be. Here we go. Let's continue. Not sure about this one. My instincts tell me that it isn't a sport as it lacks the physical element of sport. Chess, snooker, darts. Not particularly, or you don't particularly have to go through a lot of physical exertion. But what about chess then? Many people defend it as the most intellectual sport. A true story. This is what makes this a fascinating thing. Pedro, the elves loved that comment. That was for you. Mr. Cruthando, if e-games are sports, I wonder if I play Tetris at home, am I doing some exercise?
That gets the ProBoh stamp of approval.
When I play Valheim on an evening in our private server, that's what I'm doing. I'm just getting my steps in for the day. Min, the size of stadium is a really weird one. You're not physically moving. Obviously, you don't need as much physical space. At the same time, esports make more money than most athletes do. True story. Pedro, I'd rather consider esports a sport before golf. Sorry, I find golf ridiculous. Another one. Golf. So you're going to tell me that those guys... You tell me that Donald Trump is an athlete? Have you seen that guy in white shorts and white t-shirt? It looks like a blimp has just flown over the golf course. Look, sports... If golf is a sport, you're not going to tell me that esports can't be considered sports. Min, correct. You don't do reps to practice chess. I also weightlift to become a marathon runner. Obviously, you need the right type of practice. Exactly. So chess practice involves strategy, right? It involves deep concentration. I don't see how that's different from practicing an esport. You know, I really don't. I really don't. It's hard for me to look at this unpopular opinion and agree 100% if I don't kind of just look at the traditional definition of sports. But as we've expanded that definition to include sports like golf, like billar, snooker, like dardos, darts, if we expand to include those, why can't we include, all of us agree that, well, okay, if those games are considered sports, then maybe esports deserves a position. And let me tell you something, guys. Esports competitions, even though you probably listening to this show don't tune in and watch, hundreds of thousands do. Hundreds of thousands of people do. Min, also doing sports does not equal being an athlete. I love snooker, says Vero. Yeah, me too. It was one of my... Snooker is a great sport. It's one of the sports where my grandfather and I intersected and we could watch it together. I watched snooker in the age of Ronnie O'Sullivan and these guys. It was awesome. Yeah. In small arenas packed with people, watching two men walk slowly around a table. Would you consider that a sport? I mean, most official sources do. It is broadcast on Sky Sports. Yet a guy sweating in front of a computer, concentrating deeply on strategy in a video game isn't a sport. I don't understand that mental leap. I think there is a little bit of snobbery going on. That's not to say you're a snob if you don't think esports are a sport. But when I say snobbery, I think we look at that traditional definition and don't want to expand our gaze further than things that are done face to face. But in this world of online communication, I think esports is just a natural progression, a natural evolution of what we see as competitive activity. Let's not forget there are two real main phases or two main parts of this traditional definition of sport. One part is physical exertion, which rules out, in its own definition, things that are considered sports like chess, snooker, golf, pool, darts. There's that part, the physical exertion, and then there's a competitive competition that is often spectated on by the public. And eSports fits that 100%. And if you're going to stick to that traditional definition, then you have to rule out things that are currently, right now, considered sports, like chess, for example. So today's unpopular opinion is the other way around. It was gifted to me, so I'm arguing it from my own personal belief set. But let me tell you something, guys. I am the chief idiot here. I'm full of opinions. Everyone has an opinion. And as Grandpa Bo used to say, opinions are like buttholes. Everyone has one and they all stink, friends. So, what is your opinion? I'm going to post a poll in the chat. We're going to find out, are esports real sports? I think so. And if not, then we have to really redefine what we currently believe are sports. Okay, guys, I'm going to post this poll in the chat. You're going to vote, and we'll find out after the break. I will read out all your messages then, too. Friends, a lot of things you could have been doing this morning. Instead of doing those things, you took the time to spend some time with me, and it means the world. I'll see you soon. Hey, guys, if you'd like to support the show, you can do so on Patreon. That's patreon.com/professional bohemian. There you'll find VODs of the episodes as they are recorded live, blogs, vlogs, and behind-the-scenes content. If you'd like to watch the show live, you can do so on twitch.tv/professional bohemian, and you can participate in the polls we use in the show on Instagram @professional bohemian or Twitter @ProBoh, ProBoh. Okay, on with the show.
The ProBoh Show!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the ProBoh Show, now in our second half. If you're one of our podcast listeners, or if you're joining us live in the studio, just like Min, Pedro, Vero, Urs, The Bridge, Mr. Cruthando, and Urs. I said Urs twice, didn't I? Whatever. And Clara. Well, if you're one of those people, it's currently 9 a.m. Central European Time, 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. How are you doing, friends? Okay, so we fit a lot into today's show. In the first half, we spoke about scientists at Fermilab near Chicago discovering a potential fifth force of nature. Interesting. Obviously the standard model, there are 4 forces of nature: gravity, electromagnetism, the strong force, and the weak force. They're thinking they may have discovered a fifth, which could change our understanding of physics. Interesting. Then we spoke about the Idaho teacher, the teacher of the year, who was chased out of her state by right-wing parents. Oh. Okay, I'm going to try and stay politically neutral. In the first half, I got a little angry about this, but whatever. Whatever. What are we going to do, friends? And then Amazon employees being outraged by having to return to the office. That kind of pissed me off as well. Grumpy Rob is grumpy today. Given that in the same company there are people who work in the warehouse that are treated incredibly like animals, measuring every second of their day like they're cattle. It's crazy. People having to take bathroom breaks into bottles. Oh, come on, guys, come on. But yeah, they're complaining that they got a nasty email saying they have to go back to the office. Come on, whatever. And then we moved on to today's unpopular opinion, which was esports are not sports. That was gifted to us by one of our listeners of the podcast on Instagram. Esports are not sports. First of all, we're going to tell you what people said on Instagram. Okay, so we can contrast it by the actual vote here in chat. On Instagram, we posted this unpopular opinion. Esports are not sports. And Instagram said, true. 96% true. Holy cow. You guys really don't believe esports are sports. Like, really, really. So, yeah, okay, interesting. I do have some comments to read here. Let's see. We start with Vero. We were talking about snooker earlier. Considered a sport, but not very physically demanding. She says she loves snooker. She discovered it when she was living and working in Dublin. Okay, nice. Urs, here we go. Here's a comment about eSports and the definition of sports. Remember, traditionally defined as something that's physically, where you have physical exertion, and something that is performed in front of spectators. So eSports fills a bit of that criteria, but not all of it. So Urs says, if concentration is a sport from now on, surgeons, flight controllers, scientists don't work anymore. They are working out. And even if you are doing meditation, you're working out. Don't be silly. No matter how hard they do their EA Sports or their eSports, they aren't working out. Sorry, I have to vacuum. What is more important sport than eSports? Yeah, okay, I get you. I understand your point, but then should we not redefine chess as a game rather than a sport? Should we not redefine darts, snooker, billiards? Should we not redefine those as sports? Is pressing catch, like the American wrestling, is that a sport? Because they're physically exerting themselves. However, it's all planned. They kind of know the outcome of each match before the match takes place. Is that a sport? Or is it just, what I think of it as, which is a soap opera? I don't know. I feel like in this instance, if you have asked me 5 years ago, I would have maybe said no. I would have agreed with Instagram, said no, it's not a sport. But, as these definitions start to crumble, I kind of think, yeah, well, maybe they are sports. When you tune into Twitch and watch competition and there are hundreds of thousands of people watching, I kind of feel like I'm watching a spectator sport rather than something else, which is the category now we place. Esports, it's like, no, it's something else. Okay. Let's continue. Pedro, I got angry too. Yeah, God, those news stories today were infuriating. Okay, Min says, surgery is insanely straining for a surgeon, though. Obviously, it takes the body a lot to concentrate and supply the energy required. In case of surgery or chess, that energy mainly goes to the brain. We don't consider it a sport because there is no competitive element about surgery. There's no surgeon league, no surgery World Cup, etc. Wow.
That gets the ProBoh stamp of approval.
A little bit there rebuffing what Urs was saying. True. We couldn't consider flight controllers, scientists, surgeons. We couldn't consider those sports because they don't compete in an international league for spectators. Okay, so the second definition of sports there, it falls flat. But we could consider, I certainly do. As someone whose job is kind of 100% extreme concentration, when I'm editing, when I'm in front of the microphone, it's extreme concentration. When I finish a show, I'm physically tired. When I finish a day's work of editing for 8 hours, I'm physically tired. And that's because I have to pay over and above the usual amount of attention I would pay in other things when I'm kind of working on the radio schedule or other smaller kind of tasks. I can understand how mental concentration is physically taxing. So that is maybe why my opinion with regards to esports has changed over the years. Okay, so let's continue reading some more comments here. Pedro, I'm on the fence here, but still not convinced it's a sport. Something feels wrong. I guess it's about the whole infrastructure, technology, and the virtual element required to practice esports. It kind of goes against the essence of sport, even intellectual ones. Interesting. Yeah, good points. Clara's laughing. I don't know what. Me being a clown, I imagine. I don't know. I can't find a definition that would rule out esports from being a sport, says Min. The fifth force wouldn't be consciousness, would it? No, I don't think so. It's not the force. The fifth force is not the force from the Star Wars universe. I wish it was, though. Dude, I would love to, with the force my coffee machine to make and bring me a coffee. Being angry about people depriving their children from learning about other cultures is not about a political stance. It's about being against stupidity. True story.
That gets the ProBoh stamp of approval.
Min, continuing with the esports debate, but football is also a game, so might as well get rid of most of sports because they're games. Another great point. Mr. Crusando, I voted true, but I got your point, Rob. I had voted not sure if there would have been an option. I think... Okay, so let's round it up here. Let's go to the results of the poll. So I made the statement, esports are not a sport, and you guys said 80% true. So yeah, that they're not sports. So yeah, I think if there were a third option, not sure, I'm pretty sure most of you would have maybe voted there. Because it's still in that grey area. I believe that grey area is going to become way more defined in the future. I really do, because we can't consider certain classic games like chess, like pool, like darts. We can't consider those sports and then esports not. Because when you look at the amount of people that tune in to watch chess versus the amount of people that tune in to watch the competitive activity of online video games, one is much more popular than the other, and it's not chess. It's not chess. And I do consider concentration to be physically exerting. I do consider it. Whereas maybe not exercise, it still requires a massive amount of physical exertion. Motor car drivers, Formula One drivers, I'm sure they step out of their cars dripping with sweat, from the physical exertion and extreme concentration they've had behind the wheel. Does it make them, are they not athletes? Is that what we're saying? And finally, my final little point in this, is it the virtual element? Because if you're working from home right now, let me tell you, by your own standards, you're not working because you're working virtually. Is that what you believe? You believe when you're working from home, you're not working just because you're doing it virtually? Because if that's the case, maybe you have a bit of a hypocritical stance with regards to esports. Because I'm working from home this month, and let me tell you something, certainly feels like working, even though I'm working in a virtual environment. That is my final point to defend why esports are actually sports. Guys, what a great vote. You said true, so there you go, it's official. Maybe we'll circle back on this one next year and see your opinions then. Guys, what a great unpopular opinion today. Let's go to 100 humans. I saved the best argument for the last. Did you see that? Oh, anyway, here we go. So yeah, Mr. Cruthando, yeah, I'm sure everybody would have voted not sure in that one. Also, most chess games these days are played online too. True story. All right, let's get into today's 100 humans. Oh my God, friends, it was a long walk to work today, across snow-capped mountains and through river valleys. And on that walk, I encountered 100 humans, and I asked them all a question. Today's question was, name an instance in which you'd hear applause. Name an instance in which you'd hear applause. Nombra un caso en el que oirías. My God, that's a difficult one for an English mouth. Aplausos. No nivelazo for me. That hurts, Rob, from someone working from home. True story, though. True story. It's still working, right? It's still working. So if that's still working, playing online chess is no less playing chess, right? All right, so here we go. Name an instance in which you'd hear applause. I asked them that question. They gave me their answers. I have the 7 most popular answers here. Your job in the chat is to identify those top 7 answers. All right, here we go. Urs is kicking us off today with a great answer. Popping the question. Popping the question. Do you know what that means, guys? That means when you ask someone to marry you, okay? When you get engaged. In fact, I'm gonna give you this, Urs. Well done, man. We have here wedding. Well, we just have to zoom out a little bit. Zoom out, popping the question, the wedding, all the revelry with regards to marriage. Wedding is there, so well done. We'll give you that one. It is in 5th place with 8 of 100 humans saying wedding. Expand that to mean engagements, things like that. Okay, next one. After a play, says the bridge. After a play. Or a magic trick, says Pedro. After playing a song. Well, let's smash all those together and say a performance. You know, some kind of artistic performance, whether it be playing a song, a play, a magic trick. Is it there? A performance? Yes, it is. Well done. Well done. A performance is there, and it's our number one answer. Well done, Bridge, Pedro, and and Pedro again with playing a song. Well done, well done. Okay. Let's continue. I just saw an answer there that made me laugh. Okay, Min, saying anything Rob likes during his stream. Yeah, when you identify 100 humans answer correctly. It should be there, but it's not. Sorry. Okay, Pedro says, after a speech, una oración, would you say? Speech, after a speech, is it there? Yes, it is. It's actually the third most popular answer, with 14 of 100 humans saying a speech. So far, you guys have got a performance, a speech, and a wedding. 4 more to go. Okay. After a plane landing. Oh my God. What is wrong with the people who clap when a pilot lands a plane? I mean, what do you expect? What do these people do when the plane crashes? Boo? Boo! You know, come on. Don't clap when the pilot lands. Or at least if you clap when the pilot lands, when the waitress brings you your food, clap. Right? Let's just clap every activity that people do right in their job. Right? Let's just do that. At the end of my show, I expect you all at home right now clapping. All right, anyway, let's go. Plane landing, is it there? No, it's not. Good answer, though. Good answer. Okay, we included playing a song in performance. Let's see. The toddler's first wee-wee or poo. When they first go potty. When they first go potty in their house instead of in their pants. Is it there? It's not there. Sorry. Good answer, though, Mr. Cruthando. As a side note, Min says, clapping after a plane lands is dumb. True story. I think we've actually done that as an unpopular opinion. It would be quite fun to revisit that one. I remember having a good time. Vero, a bad joke. You'd hear applause after a bad joke. Is it there? Pedro Haya has one of the weirdest answers. At a funeral. It's not there. Oh, that was well done. Well done. We made it, guys. After a funeral. Or at a funeral. He does go on to say, you know, if it was someone bad. If it was someone bad who died. In a potty, says Mr. Crustando. Yeah. We got that one. That was a good answer, Mr. Crustando. Urs says, after winning an esport. You know what? You would hear applause. Is a sporting event there? You know, although we agreed it's not sporting, he did mention the word sports. After a sporting event, is it there? Well done, Urs, it's there. After a sporting or at a sporting event, it's there. It's the second most popular answer, with 24 of 100 humans saying at a sporting event. Good answer. After going to the bathroom after a long period of constipation. It's not there. But I'm envisioning Pedro from Instagram. I'm envisioning his house and the supportive nature of his family. Daddy's gone to the bathroom. Give him a round of applause. I want that kind of support in my house. I have to teach the dogs to clap. All right, let's continue. Let's see. At the circus, says Min. At the circus. Is it there? No, it's not. You'd hear applause after getting a fine. After getting a fine. Or after paying the fine, maybe. Says Clara. Is it there? No, it's not. Okay. You guys have got 4 of the 7. Let me give you a helping hand here. Okay. These events usually marked by blowing out candles. And upon blowing out the candles, you would probably, after singing a song, a traditional song, you would give them a round of applause. What kind of event, what kind of life moment am I talking about? People seem to have an answer in the chat. Clara was first, Vera was second, with Birthdays, birthday parties. Is it there? Yes, it is. Well done. Okay, next. This was way more common in the 90s when you were watching a certain type of TV program. You would often hear laughter and applause. What am I talking about? A specific type of TV program. What do you think? Where would you normally hear applause? Let's see what people are saying. Birthday. A group of teenagers when you are in an aeroplane and you are landing. Yeah, true story, Mr. Thunder. Weird when people do that. Specific kind of TV program where you would hear an applause. Okay, let's move on to the fifth. No, we got that one. The fourth most popular answer. Okay, so you spent so much time you've spent so much time in your educational environment, and it finally comes to an end in a big climactic ceremony. And when you get your certificate, you'll hear applause. What kind of ceremony am I talking about? At the end of an academic course, there will be a ceremony. What is that ceremony? Not at the... Clara is saying a commencement ceremony. It's not at the beginning, it's at the end. Min's got an answer. I think Izzy in the background, she has an answer too. Min says graduation. Is graduation there? Yay! Well done. And the answer that you didn't get was a sitcom, a situation comedy. We had soap operas in the chat. Top of the Pops, which was a music show. Soap operas. You know, you're all kind of right. TV shows on the TV. Why the hell not? Congratulations, guys.
That gets the ProBoh stamp of approval.
All right, let's go through the list. I asked 100 humans to name an occasion or an instance which you'd hear applause. In position number 7. You heard, or you said, birthday party. The 100 humans said a birthday party. Well done. In position number 6. We had a sitcom, situation comedy, or TV show, let's say. TV show. 5 of 100 humans said that. In position number 5, we had a wedding. At a wedding or at an engagement or something like this, you'd hear applause. In position number 4, we had a graduation ceremony. In position number 3, at a speech or during a speech, un oración. 14 of 100 humans said that one. In position number 2, we had at a sporting event. You know, like people getting together to watch eSports. A sporting event, you know, like any other. And finally, in position number 1, we had at a performance. You all got that one correct. Well done to you guys. Okay, let's go to complete the news.
Complete the news.
Okay, complete the news. I'm going to give you a news headline, but I'm going to leave out some important information. With the 3 options I give you, you have to complete the news. Here we go. Today's first piece of news is with regards to a Finnish man, un finlandés. A Finnish man places 26.5 pounds of blank. Un finlandés coloca 26,5 pounds, libras, would you say? Okay, pounds of blank in a friend's vehicle and claims it was a joke. Coloca 26,5 libros de blank en el vehículo de un amigo y asegura que era una broma. But what was it? Was it A? Was it A, marijuana? Was it B, dynamite? Or was it C, cocaine? Woo! Discurso sounds like something from Harry Potter. Speech, discurso. Thank you, Vero. Oh, God.
¿Será posible? Vaya nivelazo.
What's oración in that case? I don't know. Okay, so discurso. Thank you. I don't think I've ever applauded at a birthday party. Yeah, I imagine the birthday parties in the Netherlands are much like the ones in Britain. You just shake your head disapprovingly that the younger people around. That's how you congratulate people. You attend and nothing else. You don't get an applause for existing. Sorry, child. So, a Finnish man places 26.5 pounds of blank in a friend's vehicle and claims it was a joke. A, B, or C? Okay, it's a tie between B and A in the chat. A tie between B and A. Do we have anyone break the tie? What do you think? Give me a 1 or a 2. I know we have B. B, Urs says B as well. Dynamite. Let's see the actual answer. A Finnish man places 26.5 pounds of... The answer is B, dynamite. Well done, friends. Yeah, wow. Jeez Louise, guys. Dynamite? That was a joke? Oh, Jesus. A Finnish man reportedly placed 12 kilograms or 26.5 pounds of dynamite in 2 cars owned by a friend, claiming it was a joke. Well, the car owner didn't find it funny and reported him to the police. Very quickly, we're going to try it and get the second one done. So vote nice and quick, guys. Here we go. A Florida mayor finds $1.1 million worth of blank while fishing. A Florida mayor, un alcalde de Florida encuentra blank por valor de 1,1 millones de dólares mientras pescaba. Ooh, what is it? Is it A, dynamite, B, cocaine, C, marijuana? Yeah, you can tell I'm having a good weekend this weekend, right? A, B, or C? Let's get it done. Oración would be prayer. Thank you very much.
¿Será posible? Vaya nivelazo.
Okay, I'm getting a lot of B's in the chat. B is in the lead. You guys say it's cocaine. Let's see if you were right. Okay, a Florida mayor finds $1.1 million worth of... It was, in fact, B, cocaine. While fishing. Is this like entre comillas found? Cocaine? Well, Tampa Mayor Jane Castor, while fishing with her family in the Florida Keys, discovered a package containing 70 pounds of cocaine, equivalent to 25 bricks. Guys, I could not fool you today. You are on fire. Friends, so many things you could have been doing this morning, an infinite number of things. But instead of doing those things, you took the time to spend some time with me. Let me tell you something, friends. It means the absolute world. I will see you guys on the next show.